Welcome back. All this archaeology about these nuclear sniffer drones looking for smuggling nuclear device from the Cold War era, presumably from Ukraine when it got its independence and the breaking up of the Soviet Union, and some devices disappeared into thin air. I don't think America's enemies will go to that trouble to bring down America as a nation. There are other ways. Seeing the electricity grid, which are divided in 3 regions, I believe. They're vulnerable against domestic and foreign attacks, physical or cybernetically electronic warfare speaking as well. Physically speaking, one group of people can shoot with firearms against one of these transformers or a substation. You can cause a pretty big blackout, and it'll take time to repair it. Mind you, what's even more probably, concerning is domestic adversaries or foreign adversaries. They can hack in to the system and they can shut it down. Or CMM, which is a solar flare, geomagnetic storm from the sun, that can knock out. Seeing in 2025, we're entering in 18 months of the solar activity, which is pretty strong, and there's going to be a hell of a lot of those solar storms coming towards the Earth. And this could have some repercussions on telecommunications and electrical energy transmission as well. If it's really strong enough, it can take down a region or a nation. Or cyber attacks. Flick of a button or click of a computer, you can black out a region or a whole country. And within 1 year, 90% of the population of that region there will cease to exist due to panic, starvation, lack of healthcare, absolute collapse of a society, no law and order. It will totally be a Mad Max world, but without electricity, no source of energy. And obviously transport, telecommunications, civilian and military services cease to function without electrical energy. And that's how you don't do physical damages without sneaking in a nuclear device and letting it off. Panic of collapsing of society itself is just enough, which is a lot more worse, and it creates more victims than the actual cause of the event itself, whether it's nuclear or cybernetic or cyber attack or some type. If it's an EPM will just destroy anything which is electrical or electronic, unless it's not shielded against these things, or unless you haven't got your devices in a so-called Faraday casing, which it is insulated against these type of CME and EPM attacks. And as I gather, in the Western Hemisphere, the electrical grids are very vulnerable to physical and even cyber attacks. And they're very old as infrastructure. It doesn't take much to bring whole house of cards down to the ground, really.